Welcome, friends, colleagues, strangers, to Invisible Wires.
Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Hey, this is C Square for Invisible Wires podcast. And we are back on track. This is episode 109 on September 13th, 2023. We are here with the Zoom crew. We've got the shaman.
What up, motherfucking bitches?
You went gangster on us. It's been California. You look like you're in a bunker or something. And we've got business time.
Hi, human beings.
Okay. Justin, or Jesus Christ Almighty. I'll take that out, okay? Pausing. Business time, and I just saw Dinosaur Jr. up at the Loud in Huntington, West Virginia. What'd you think of the concert?
It was very loud. I mean, it lived up to the name of the venue. My hearing, I think, is not back all the way yet, and it was a rookie move not to wear earplugs, but it was good. I mean, he was one of the best guitarists I've ever seen. I mean, the guy is crazy good. Just he's insane. It's hilarious that he can shred the guitar like that, and he's absolutely emotionless.
I mean, he acted like he didn't care about his own music. You know what I mean? Like, he acted like he didn't give a crap about his own show. Like, Jay Mascis doesn't like his own stuff. It was just like, I've never seen anyone put on a worse performance with their face in my life. I mean, he is straight up amazing. Their songs are, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be a poser. I had never listened to Dinosaur Jr. in my life until that day. Maybe once or something.
Had you listened to any Jay Mascis solo stuff?
No, I
really
have. No, every time I saw him, I was like, I'm not listening to his music.
I actually like his solo music more than actually Dinosaur Jr. I think is way better.
I think they're great. I think their music's wonderful. Like, they have great songs. Some of the songs, like, it was really great, and then all of a sudden they had this, like, their last song. It was like they just said, let's just play whatever, and I could tell. And it was, I don't know, it was good, but I think they're so punk that's where they want to be. Like, they're not punk. They're like, I don't know what to call them. I don't know, post-punk.
I guess that worked when they were younger, maybe, but like now that they're older, it's like, okay, this is kind of awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were great, but I was not excited. I mean, I was excited. I mean, he plays cool stuff. I'll give him that. There's some of it's just noise, which that's their thing. It's kind of noisecore. What's the other band that kind of does that? Everybody loves them. I'm not going to remember it right now. I'm pulling a Sandman. I forgot. Anyway, but yeah, it was good.
Was it just me, or was the drummer? I don't know. He kind of the bassist took on more of like the lead singer role in the sense of like, you know, being the front man. But then, I mean, the drummer was just there to kind of support. He played so loud and so aggressive, but it wasn't anything like, he never outshined Jay Mascis, you know, which is a good drummer, but it wasn't like man, that's the best drummer I've ever seen or anything. Like he was just like normal drummer, you know.
He looked like he had high blood pressure. That's all. That's it's- I mean, but I, but I don't know if that means anything. I thought it was good. I appreciate you getting me a free ticket. It
It's
was,
just insane how that worked out.
I
Like
know.
I just started walking the line. I was like, anybody got tickets? And this one guy was like, yeah, my buddy's in there and he snuck in. So I've got an extra ticket. I'm like, really? How did he sneak in? And then I met some girl and she's like, yeah, I got an extra ticket too. And I was like, okay, can my buddy use it? And yeah, she lets you use it. So I just found two people to mooch tickets off of for free when like they were selling online for like $100. So I think that's the best way to do it is go to concerts by yourself or with a friend and that is down to do that and just ask people if they and I offered to pay. They're like, no, my friend already paid for them. I didn't lose anything. You know,
Great.
they don't care because someone else paid for it and they didn't show up, so they don't get their money. Like it's on them. That's why people are willing to give it out for free.
I mean, I thought it was. I don't want to say it was a bad concert.
Sounds like socialism to me, man. I don't like it.
I'll say this. I'll say this. It was a good. It was a good show. It was a good concert. I'm not tall enough to see a show there because if there's anybody tall in front of me, I can't see crap. I mean, I'm 5'9". If anybody's 5'10", I can't see. I can't see. It's
How long have they been around?
30 years.
Because I know I've heard of them, but
Years.
like you, bro, I don't think I've actually taken the time to listen to their music. And maybe I have. I just never realized it was them.
They're so old. They had a song on Guitar Hero.
I mean, he's an amazing guitarist. There's a lot of fuzz, with and a lot of weird sounds, and which I appreciate as a pedal aficionado myself, and I love weird sounds. But it was good.
Like, is he better than Tom Morello?
No,
Okay.
not in any way. Tom Morello.
Because when you,
I mean, Tom
well, I
Morello,
would just bring. Go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the reason I brought him up, obviously, because he does a lot of really intricate or interesting, out of the box types of sounds with his music, and I just didn't know if Dave Maskus was kind of the same vein or.
So this is more like waves of sounds that are like not soothing.
Mm.
But I mean, look at Tom Morello. Tom Morello uses pedals to make sounds that aren't guitar.
Yeah.
He steps outside. He'll take the plug out of his guitar and touches pickups and do weird. Like he's just really an innovator. I mean, honestly, I had a video when I was a kid learning to play guitar, and it showed how to do all this stuff, and I learned a lot from it. And actually bought the same pedals and tried to make. I mean, I make pretty weird sounds, but it's what he does is like so on. Like I've seen him live. Reggie gets it's like perfect. It fits perfectly. It's like if it sounds like turntables, it's supposed to sound like turntables. It's supposed to sound like a synthesizer. It sounds like a synthesizer.
Yes.
Kind of interesting.
Synthesizer.
I sound like a synthesizer.
I like the synthesizer.
I love a good synthesizer.
I didn't feel like they didn't have the bass up loud enough. I don't know if that was just me or.
Well, Jay Mascis had 3 full stacks. So that's
Gosh.
12-inch speakers.
It was just him blasting. It was just Jay Mascis blasting it out. I could barely hear the bass, but maybe it was more so on the other side because we were more towards Mascis with his, on his side, and then the drummer just absolutely blowing it out.
The bass lines are awesome. I could hear him, but
I could hear it. I just didn't. It wasn't balanced or something.
Well, when you're on one side of the stage, it's like
We were on one side of the stage, but
Was
That
it a
place-
packed show?
yeah, it was packed. I mean, I wore earplugs. I got these earplugs. They're called eargasms,
Oh my gosh.
and they are great because you can hear it, but you're not like deaf afterwards. Like when I went and saw,
Yeah.
I saw Mastodon and Gojira
Gosh.
about a month ago, and my watch has a thing where it goes off when it's too loud, and the entire time I was like 102 decibels.
Jeez,
And I was
bro.
outside, and I put those in. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm too old for this. I need to be able to hear. And I wore, but it does take a little
Are
bit away on like the edge off of it. But
Are they do the plugs are they like they stand out or are they pretty camouflage?
oh, they're very clandestine. They're really good.
Yeah.
People carrying case with them. I mean, this podcast is
were they $37? I'm just looking them up. Like, my God.
yes, they were $37, and I have two.
Wow.
pairs.
Hey Biz, do you have the Galaxy Flip? Is that what you're holding up? Oh, okay.
It's just an iPhone. That does
I've
look
been-
cool though.
I've been looking at the Galaxy Flips, man. That's anyway, it's off
Why?
topic, but
Are you going to Samsung, dude? What is your deal?
because dude,
No,
that's what you don't even know, man.
Shaman, you can hardly
Listen,
use an iPhone. What do you
China,
think?
China's taking over Apple, man. All right,
Samsung is owned by Chinese.
that's what they want you to believe, man.
Why are you getting so close to the screen?
I'm trying to whisper. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
okay, okay. You're going to Samsung. You're going to be confused.
Hey.
Yeah.
I know my way around the phone a bit. All right.
Your nose is in your phone right now.
That one, some chick was handing out shrooms too.
What?
Yeah, I had a little tiny dose. That was kind of, it just kind of felt the wind blowing, and it kind of gave me a little energy, but that was about it. I was a lot more observant.
That's where the bass thing was.
When you're
getting
telling
to
me
you.
you were on streams then?
That chick that came over and talked to us gave me some.
Oh, that girl looked like she was made of shrooms.
Yeah, she just gave me
She
one.
looked like she had shrooms like in her ears.
It was just a micro that she.
You
she
did
gave
have you did change your demeanor completely. Because I was totally sober. I was like, something's with him.
That was
Something-
different.
Something
you-
different.
Yeah, when you're talking to me, I was like, something's.
I was way more like introspective.
Yeah, the way you talk to me, real concise. I totally see it now. I was like, he was acting weird. It's almost like I couldn't get on the same plane as you. I couldn't quite get where you were. I was just saying, yeah. See,
Oh man,
I mean,
I
don't know
love
if I could- I don't know
shrooms
if-
are so
What did I say?
I don't know. It's just like you're like this drummer seems like he's like you said the exact same thing you said tonight, but it's like the way he said it was. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was also kind of weirded out a little bit. I don't know, like me going to a bar sometimes I don't like it. Like,
Yeah.
young people piss me off now. Like,
I don't know how you do. I don't know how you do it. Dude. I can't go to a show unless I've had at least a drink or two, just because it stresses me out. I mean, it's too. There's no other way that you can sit there for hours and stand next to people bumping into you and being annoying unless you've at least had one drink. Like I don't know how you do it.
Oh, it's taking some time. I mean,
I went to like a couple years ago. I did Sober October, and I broke it going to a concert because I got so stressed out. So this year, Sober October, I'm not going to any concerts just because I can't. It's not possible. It just stresses me out too much.
I just treat it like I'm allergic to it. Because like if I drink, I'm not going home. like I used to pack a bag when I drank. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get home. I better, where I'm going to end up.
I gotta get my charger. I'll be right back.
It was like I was a Boy Scout and I was going on a camping trip. I mean, like I'd come to your house with everything I owned because I didn't know
dude,
it was gonna happen.
dude, you would order food for like 2 weeks worth of food, bro.
What if we're stuck here? There's no sign of anything like that. And I don't even eat. I was never a big. I'm not a big eater. You know, I'm not like eat a whole pizza or something. That's like,
no, not at all.
That grosses me out to even think about.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, right. I've been using that Yuka app, bro, and I'm scanning everything. I'm going nuts, dude.
What's that?
It's the street. I live on the street.
That was the sound of the streets.
Gosh, I can't handle those cars, man. Those mufflers or whatever they put on them.
You know what you need? Like some ear gaps.
I do, bro. Living downtown, bro.
Living the downtown life, man.
Living the city life, bro. It's crazy. All the noises. I do need some of those orgasms.
I mean, they sell them cheaper, just like $17. They're called eargasms.
Dude, I ain't cheap, man. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I forgot you're rolling in your. I bought this. You're like, I bought this shirt brand new.
I didn't go to Goodwill. Good riddance.
They were new clothes. I remember you used to come to my closet. You used to come to my closet.
Oh yeah.
And you would take all the clothes I got from Goodwill.
Yeah. Like that looks cool. That's good.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah,
I found some shirts I got from Goodwill a little bit ago, like when I was cleaning out my garage.
Mm-hmm.
Like disco shirts. Like, what was I thinking? And I bought way too many of those cowboy shirts.
Oh my gosh!
I bought way too.
Yeah, one or two at the most.
I looked like I was fucking wrestling cattle.
Dude, you look like fucking George Jones over there with Tammy Wynette or whatever her name was.
Did you have the tie-dye like brown shirt with the owl in the front and then like another owl on the side or what, the wolf, or is that what you're talking about?
No. I think
you know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking some Illuminati shit, bro.
Talking about a tie-dye wolf.
You never saw those like country looking shirts with.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're like brown tie-dye looking, but they have like it's always like a wolf or a bald eagle or like really blown up on the shirt.
No, I never had any. If you have a buttoned-up shirt with an animal on it, I don't trust you as a person.
Well, C-Square, you had so many of those shirts, bro. They called you Rhinestone, bro, cowboy.
They did. They called me the Rhinestone. That was a thing at PacSun in like early 2000s. Right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. American Eagle more so, I think.
PacSun had them too.
PacSun was more beachy, surfy. I'm not saying they didn't, but
I bought
you probably went to Aeropostale, actually.
No, I never went to Aeropostale.
Yeah, you did.
Aeropostale
you went to fucking Aeropostale.
Aeropostale's fucking lame. It's like wannabe American Eagle.
That's where you shop, bro.
Aeropostale's the worst. The worst is the Buckle.
Oh my gosh.
Buckle's the worst. Then Aeropostale.
Oh my gosh. Well, I like it.
Then American Eagle.
Like
I thought I saw you.
The classiest is the Gap.
Yes.
The Gap's the best.
Then it was
American then Abercrombie Eagle. And Fitch is the top dog.
Oh yeah, that's the.
I wouldn't wear an Abercrombie and Fitch shirt now, but they are comfortable.
J. Crew is pretty good too.
J. Crew is the fucking best. I still buy J. J. Crew is great.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I buy all my work clothes from Amazon. Amazon Essentials. They have stretch jeans. They have nice, comfy shirts. It's my thing.
Do you wear skinny jeans now?
Dude, my legs are as big. Her red-
But you need to, bro. You should just start wearing them, man.
That would
I'm
be
telling you.
obscene to everybody. Like, I wore skinny jeans for like maybe a year, and that was just a schlong of immediate schlong to the whole world. That's just a bad. What is you get like kids that were fat wearing skinny jeans, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you're like, geez, I don't know, Tanner, super Tanner, like a kid who would wear skinny jeans. Don't wear them. Then there's like the opposite end of the spectrum, which is like the Janko jeans, like huge jeans.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, jeans are, I don't know who they're made. Most jeans are made for, but like if it's real denim, who the fuck's gonna wear that? It hurts.
They were made for cowboys because of them wrangling cows all day long.
Yeah,
and
they
they needed,
lasted a long time. Yeah.
yeah.
See that
Right?
video? That video, that guy that he gets like a pair of Janko jeans, I don't know, thrift store or somewhere, and wears them around like today, like modern times, like around like New York City. And he doesn't get like any stares or any, like, he's like, I guess for New York City, this isn't any weirder than anywhere else. Like, was the conclusion.
Those are going to come back for sure. And C
What-
Square is going to be wearing them.
What is?
The Jinko jeans.
No.
Yes, they will, dude.
I'm 5'9", number one.
It doesn't matter. You can pull them off. You get you some of those Doc Martens and some Jinko jeans and get a chain wallet.
I mean,
And wear
you're talking about comfort. Sure.
yeah. I'm talking about you going out on town in the city with those Jinko jeans.
I'm not gonna get any wear with any woman if I'm wearing that.
Yeah, you would.
I'm like 5'9". There's no one.
Dude.
I look like
Dude. No, but for real though, you could pull them off. And the thing is though, is the shirt. I think the rhinestone cowboy shirt is what you would need to wear with it.
probably have these clothes in my garage somewhere.
Dude, please. Let's go get some Chick-fil-A one day and you wear
Do you go to Chick-fil-A?
it. No. But I just figured it'd be a great place to.
When's the last time you've gone to Chick-fil-A?
It's maybe 4 years ago.
That's insane. Chick-fil-A is so good. I went to Chick-fil-A the other day, and I was eating by myself. Simon wouldn't come with me.
And did you crash somebody's date?
I said, "Hey, oh yeah, I did that to Biz once. He was at Chipotle, and I totally crashed his date."
Oh my gosh.
Jerk, man.
But then I got to go to like the best concert I've ever seen.
Then I took you to a concert.
Yeah, so it was like I can't be mad.
You're always in the right place at the right time with me. You're like, "Hey, you want to go see?" That girl was. I mean, I'll give you some.
I never talked to her again after that.
She seemed kind of pretentious a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was hot though. Give that. I mean, but whatever. Anyway,
It was just strange because she was like, yeah, I'm moving to like Bangladesh tomorrow or something. And I'm like, why are you even going out on a date then?
I mean,
It was
dude,
just
look at you. You're a beautiful man. Why not? You know, you got
weird.
to get a little bang before you go to Ladesh. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's what she wanted. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I totally fucked that up for you.
That's where they make Nag Champa. It's Bangladesh.
What's Nam
Yeah.
Champa?
Nag Champa. It's the best incense you could ever buy. Smell.
Oh wow. Really?
Anyway, yeah, they women work at this I don't want to say factory because there's no machinery, but they hand roll it. It's a special type of I want to say root that comes from some sort of root or something from their some sort of trees there. I don't want to get too deep, too technical on you all. But anyway, it's all hand rolled, and it smells amazing. So, okay, moving on.
Sorry, I interrupted you, C Square, but I'm gonna look into Nog Champa.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
You love some long jumper.
I order like on Amazon. You can get like 12 boxes for like $6. You can get the variety, or you can just get the Nog Champa, but the same company. You know, the company, the flavor is called Nog Champa. So, anyway, somebody pull me out of this.
Okay, you're a hippie is the problem. Okay, so I'm sorry, it was really mean.
That was messed up, bro.
You are
That was so messed up.
you're kind of a hippie.
Well, yes. I mean, I would say, well, it depends what you mean by that, by hippie.
I don't know. You live you live an alternative lifestyle.
Oh my gosh. Well, you wear Jinko jeans. That's pretty alternative.
Listen, I haven't worn Jinko jeans for at least 25 years. And really, I wore Senate jeans because those are the real good ones because they were like the real.
Oh
good
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, so it's. I just want to say the ingredients that are eggnog champa is halmati, sandalwood, and champaka. Champaka. All of these are ingredients that can be found in India and Nepal. So, there. Okay.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, dude. I know you
Check
were
it
wondering
out.
about that.
I think actually Rabbit has some of that. He's burnt it at his house.
If
I
you
looked
if
up
you
the
ever
box.
if you ever walked in Granny's, that's the smell, basically. Not C Square's Granny's.
My grannies are dead.
Mine too.
They have dead body smell.
Oh man, the Grateful Dead bodies, man.
I think I'm losing it.
Reel us in, C Square. Reel
Okay,
us in,
so-
bro.
God. Well, I was listening to a lot of people were sitting there talking about how AI is going to take over music and no one's going to make music anymore. No one's going to make movies or no one's going to do art. Art's going to be obsolete. And I love how we love to jump to these conclusions because that's freaking impossible. Like, oh my gosh,
Right.
what's going to take our jobs? No, they're not, because someone has to make the robot to do all these jobs, you know? I'm sure that things will be automated eventually, but if you look at music, that's a pretty hard one. I mean, I know people are making AI songs and all that, but there's something about, I don't know. Let's say Tyler Childers, for instance. You can't really make a Tyler Childers song unless it's to Tyler Childers. Like there's an essence of Appalachia that he's kind of conveying. If you're from here and you understand it, like you can't manufacture that. You can't manufacture like real music that gets your soul. You're not gonna like you can't AI Jimi Hendrix. You can't I don't know, you can't AI Queens of the Stone Age or like because it's human experience that it's conveying. And I think it's and I thought this thought we as people are really are Chat GPT or AI anyway. All the information that AI has is information that came from humans.
Right.
So I'm not seeing AI really creating anything that didn't already exist. That didn't like start with us anyway. Yeah, I can probably make it faster. Like we can aggregate things faster and and that kind of thing, but it's really not taking any original ideas. And that's how we are as people. Like when I play guitar, it's all the songs I've ever learned or ever heard, and those ideas come out. Maybe they come out in a different way because it's me. All right. And if you make a song and I make a song, like Sean made a song the other day, and it kind of gave me the Rage Against the Machine vibe, you know. But it's Shaman's Rage Against the Machine song, right? We're not gonna play it on here or anything like that. It's actually badass, really. But him and I are gonna record it. We'll probably put it up on the podcast thing.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay, but it will take a little bit because we're gonna have to put it together. But if you do, what do you guys think of that? Do you guys think that? Do you think this is all just a bunch of like people making assumptions about what AI is going to do? And
Mhm.
I mean, it's a great conversation piece, but really, AI is not anything original yet. Yeah, you could make AI songs, but it's not going to get. I mean, not going to get you like a real artist does. Like, I mean, I know people don't like you too, but I love you too. You're not going to make it. You're not going to get that Irish thing they have. You know that whatever the essence of U2, or I'm trying to think of another band that people.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Dave Matthews. I was just listening to him and Tim Reynolds like concert in 2007. That thing gets my goat. There's something about it. There's just
Yeah.
it's really hard to I just don't think that AI is going to be really convey the human experience.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we were talking about a little bit last night. There will be a point that I foresee that people really don't want something perfect as much as something real, something genuine. And though AI can provide a lot of conveniences and, I guess in a sense, consistency, there's something about the inconsistency of humans that is unique, and I think it's actually beautiful. And I think that's what's mostly conveyed in religion and art. That I feel in those particular areas, I think AI won't be able to replace it. It might be able. AI would be able to replace a lot of jobs. There's no question about that. But as you were bringing up the art, or what we talked about a little bit last night about religion, it seems like there needs to be the human experience in order to really appreciate those things that people feel passionate about. So I agree with you, man. I think it's definitely overblown, whoever does say those type of things, that AI is going to take over, you know, creativity in a sense. But I don't think it will reach that point. And even if it did, I think we'll be so bored with it that we would reject it.
Yeah, I think we know when something's too perfect. What's that called? The uncanny valley.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you watch AI and you're like, that's not. You know,
Yeah.
like early AI, even now, like I watch a show and I'm like, this doesn't seem like it doesn't seem real.
Yeah. You know, when I look at the earth or the universe from the images that we've had and the places I've actually been, and the beautiful different sunsets and mountains and rivers and all these beautiful features of the earth, they're not perfect. Like I know Picasso said, there's a quote that he said that nature has no straight line. There's no straight line in nature. In other words, it's not perfect. There's not these perfect squares and triangles and perfect circles in nature itself. And I feel, God could have created the earth without you know, it could have been a smooth surface, pristine, but it's old looking. The earth just looks old, and it looks broken, but yet it has all these beautiful features with it too. And so when you look at an AI like video that's been strictly done, and the flowers are like super hyper colored or crystal, I don't know, crystal water and everything, it doesn't appease me, or it doesn't please me as much.
I mean, if you think about it, let's say us as friends, right? If one of you was like perfect, I probably wouldn't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Biz has a lot of great qualities, but he also has his, you know, his biz flaws, right? You have your flaws, I have my flaws.
Yeah.
We love each other because of that. That's like, we know each other, and that's our, like, really our friendship's built on like times when we would reveal those flaws. We're vulnerable, like, man, I'm really, you know, screwed up right now. I need help, or I'm having this trouble, or, you know, that's when you really relate to people. It's not when, have you ever met somebody, like, been in a class with somebody in like school, and like they've always followed the rules and they were perfect and they did everything over the top. You know, I didn't like that person. I was like, this person's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it.
There's, I don't know. You know, I mean, there is something about, like, I would say, yeah, I get you on that. I mean, I feel you, but there's nothing wrong with someone who's trying to follow every rule, or, but I guess it is that mental. I think it's that disconnect when it reminds me of what you were saying last night about how when you're doing your career and you just talk to people about your own experience, they immediately get that connection, and it opens them up, and they realize you know exactly what they're going through. And if someone who hasn't really been through a whole lot, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I think most of us would wish if we had children, they wouldn't have to go through any type of pain and suffering. But there is something about this imperfect life that going through those certain things turns out to be beautiful for other reasons. And so you being able to relate to your patients, or us being able to admit our flaws, is, I think, in one way, perfect, as opposed to an AI doesn't know what it's like to be tempted, or knows what it's like to fall or to feel hopeless, and so if it would try to guide me in wisdom by offering me some advice, I probably wouldn't be as open to it as I would if one of you were telling me something that was similar to my own experience.
Right. So it's like, I guess it's the relating to people thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what it comes down to.
You think, like, I feel like from the business perspective, I think AI is a fad, and I think it's just the latest buzzword in a lot of companies right now. It's the trendy thing that they're trying to adopt. And I've heard some tech startup people and businesses actually say that and admit that it's just like the trendy thing to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got fitted for a CPAP today, and the respiratory therapist was like, so my company, they have like a new scanner that you can use on your phone to measure the mask for your face. He's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. We don't really need to use it, but I'll get like extra points, or I don't know, good reviews from his company or whatever if you use this. And so there's really no add to this. I think the company is just trying to be trendy. But if you could do this, it would really help me out. And then, we'll see what it recommends, but ultimately I'm going to know what's best. It's like everywhere you go now, it's just like the company is just doing it because they're trying to impress their shareholders, or it's like
Mhm.
it's a lot of like young people in the corporate world who have never had a real job in their life, and they're like telling people on the ground how to do things when they're
Mhm.
complete idiots, so that they can like go in, to their business meetings and be like, look how much we're doing with AI and how much this has helped this company and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
it's just a show.
Well, I think you're right, Biz. I do in many ways, but there will be many occupations being lost to automation at least. How advanced AI actually gets, like the transhumanness, like about this, like how I read a book not too long ago, last year, and it just talked about how humans' behavior now is actually changing, and it's accommodating to a world of um, networks and a world of basically automation. And it's like this transhuman experience that we are all going through slowly. And because there's not really a place where we go where automation to some degree is not taking over, especially our grocery stores, like cashier jobs, like the types of jobs that only take basically a high school diploma won't really be available for people anymore. Eventually, employers are going to be like, why do I want to hire 10 employees to run the cash register to do this when I can just get self checkout lines? Don't have to worry about dishing out more health insurance. Um, there's just a lot of benefits as an employer if you can replace a person with an automation to where you can only have to deal with a computer engineer as opposed to employees. But I do understand what you're saying, Biz, that I think at the same time, I don't think it's going to be, and this is obviously me just obviously not knowing probably enough, but I don't foresee it either just
No,
overtaking our lives to that point.
you're right. I mean, but I think that's like more so technology, not necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I think technology will definitely replace a lot of jobs, which that's a whole separate debate. But as far as AI goes, I just think like eventually at some point people will realize like, yeah, you know what? The human experience is best. This is kind of just, this was like a fad
Yeah.
thing. I think technology will always be improving, but I think at some point people are going to demand that things be real. You can still have technology, but not AI, you know.
See, I kind of lump those, which there is a difference, but I kind of lump it together. When I think of more technology advancing, I do just think more artificial intelligence is really what it is ultimately. But that, I guess that's the other question, is I guess what it is meant by artificial intelligence. Like, to what degree um, is the technology, you know, distinguishing from
Yeah, like
artificial intelligence?
self-driving cars and self-driving trucks. I don't think that's really classified as AI, is it?
Okay.
Or am I don't know, but I didn't think it was, but
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
I think
No, these.
I think it would. I mean, it's artificially driving a car. It's intelligent. It knows what not to hit. But
Mhm.
I think the whole thing is you just have to adapt. I mean, you have to adapt to whatever work environment you're coming to. People have to learn new skills. That's just how it is. There's
Okay.
there used to be a person who made horseshoes. Well, that's not really a big industry now. You know what I mean? Not as big as it used to be, right? So there used to be, all kinds of different jobs that don't exist anymore. Like I have my sponsor used to work at Motorola, and he did this certain chip. Well, they didn't have that chip anymore. So he didn't have a job, and he had to adapt. So it just, I think that's what we're going to have to do. And here's the thing: is that people are going to use AI, and it's going to help us boost into simplifying things that are already hard. Like for instance, we're making the TikToks for the podcast, and I wasn't, Bondo was, but we figured out. I helped him. Like we looked around, we found ways to make it so we didn't have to do every little thing. So you didn't have to put the text in. It'll do the text for you. That saves hours and hours of time. So that's what it's going to come down to, is that we learn how to do things faster. And then, I mean, hopefully it'll make it so we can have more leisure time. But the American way is not like that. The American way wants us to work 8 hours a day and, all that kind of thing. So, I mean, who knows? But my point is that we're all AI anyway. And, it's all human ideas, and human ideas will never die. But I think that's where we're afraid of that, but really it's like we're the originators of it all, and there's no I don't know. Some people be like, well, why do I make music anyway? I mean, we have to express ourselves. I think AI will bring art to a whole new level. I mean, think about it. When you put something into an AI thing, it's like you kind of made the prompt for it. What if we took this and this? That's from you, right?
Yeah, but you're not putting the brush to the canvas yourself.
I think the brush is changing.
No, man, I'm keeping the brush, bro.
The brush is changing.
No, man, I'm keeping that horsehair brush, bro. That's what I'm doing with its hooves and everything, horseshoes.
I mean, that's just my thing. It's like I've used it to do a podcast before. I've written out I say, hey, give me a podcast that's for that script. It made it. And I just followed it to kind of give myself some structure. It's not like I didn't know the information.
Yeah.
Okay, so then moving on from that, do you think that we're going to kind of end the podcast on this? Since we're about original ideas, we're putting brush to canvas, people. What do you think the most valuable human trait is?
Love.
That's a good one.
Consciousness.
Being conscious is very important.
Well, not just, consciousness is, I think, what separates us from everything else. Self-awareness.
I think it's resilience, personally. Like the ability to get knocked down and get back up over and over again. Because
Yeah,
Are we going to go forward?
Yeah, that's a good one too. But I still say I'm right.
I'm going to be resilient.
Do you think do you think being resilient though, everyone has that trait?
No. I meet people all the time who just gave up.
Yeah.
I meet people all the time that just are like, I can't do anything else. I'm done. And they just die.
Yeah.
You meet people that drink themselves into oblivion. They gave up. That's not resilient.
Right. See, I think if you're self-aware, that's something that we all experience. Now, what we do with that, obviously being resilient or not, I think those are, it's different. But, I think, what is it?
Self-awareness is important. I would say it's up there with.
I mean, we don't really have a choice. I mean, unless you totally obliterate your mind and with, substances, I guess, but we can't help but be self-aware of our own selves, about others. No matter who you are, no matter how, like I see it at the youngest of ages. It is just a crazy thing that we do have, and I think it's awesome because we're able to take in information that other creatures just can't take in. and then do
You-
things with
you-
that
you-
information.
Yeah, the awareness. Yeah, I think that's probably important to resilience. Like, if you're not
It
self,
definitely.
then you're not going to be resilient.
And resilient is such a, you're right though. It doesn't, for some reason, I mean, I guess to some degree, resilience is in everyone too. I mean, people just waking up and, getting out of bed is maybe for them, that's being resilient,
I think
just,
it's an earned trait. Like, you just don't have that.
yes,
Like
exactly. That's a better way to put it.
some people go through things and they don't change and they don't adapt and that's what it's going to take for this AI thing.
Yes.
AI. I mean, we're going to bring it back to that. I
Yeah.
mean, I see resilience all the time. People who keep going, they lose a leg, they keep going, they get injured.
Yeah.
And I see people who don't.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's the most like valuable trait you can have to be able to like keep going when bad stuff happens, because it's inevitable that bad stuff's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I bring it up because I see it a lot where people don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
They just give up, and it's the saddest thing to me to see. And it's one thing I have to work on too, because I mean, I'm that's all the stuff that I don't want to be like. This is awful, but I left a guy's room today,
Mm-hmm.
and this is awful. I'm gonna say this, but he given up. He told me he's given up,
Mm-hmm.
and under our breath as I left, I said, "Loser,"
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was a loser.
Right.
He gave up. His life's not over. He's young. He
Yeah.
could do something with himself, but he just gave up. He can't push back past a little bit of pain to get through stuff.
Yeah. It's like, did he kill himself or something?
I mean, he's alive. He might as well be dead though.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't go anywhere. It says he just sits there.
Yeah, that's, yeah, man.
And I hate to say that, but that's what I thought. Like, I'm not ever going to be like that. Like, I'm just not. And
There is a choice for sure.
like, regardless of your situation, you can try.
Yeah.
To get better, wherever it is. Whether it be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like. That's one of the things I think about suicide sometimes. And like, that's just giving up.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand people that commit suicide for sure, but I really think that's just giving up. It's like you don't even value your life enough. You can think about other people. Okay, I don't want to upset my family. I don't want to upset, blah, blah, but like you don't even value yourself enough to like. There's mental illness and people kill themselves. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just can't take the pain anymore because it's a painful thing to live. We can agree,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it just there's something. I mean, if you're in a lot of pain, you have cancer, and you're just in pain.
Mm-hmm.
I get that's that kind of stuff. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
There's something about just giving up what you've been given, not seeing what you have, regardless of how little it is. To me, that I feel like that's resilience. Like, just life doesn't turn out how you want it to turn out.
Yeah.
So there's that perspective, like of, well, it's not worth living. Is just that's kind of evil. That's kind of what evil is, in my opinion.
It's crazy how we can't just do that. Like there's actually negative side effects to giving up. Like even your body starts shutting down itself when you start losing that light, of life within you. Like it's an actual, like it's almost like a natural law, like you sow what you reap type of thing. It's like there's something about when you decide to give up or when you decide to fight another day and you get up and you face it, what that does for your soul, and then what giving up does. I mean, it actually begins to not just affect your mind, but it affects your physical body eventually, to where your organs and your muscles and everything just starts to go to atrophy and shutting down. And so you're right, man. There is something unique about humans having to choose to be resilient. I don't know if other animals have to do it, but for us, there is something about that. If the moment we decide to give up, I mean, it really has a true negative side effect.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's definitely your mind controls more of your cells than you think it does.
Hmm.
I mean, what do you think, Biz?
Just some deep stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I just think people sometimes get down into their own hole. And they're zoomed in so much into something.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of their surroundings that attribute to continuing to zoom into that, whether it be mental health or their life is just going to shit. And
Hmm.
other things keep happening, and so they keep zooming in more and more and more on themselves.
Hmm.
And one reason that I think psychedelics are so powerful, actually, for people with PTSD and depression and stuff, is because it helps you zoom out so much and see the big picture, and to start
Hmm.
looking at your surroundings on a whole and at other people, and not just focusing in on yourself.
Hmm.
And that's why, in the state of Texas, they legalized psilocybin treatment for veterans, with history of PTSD. And there's ketamine clinics popping up.
Oregon's done that too.
Yeah. So, to help people heal, and to just come to understanding with past trauma, is so important. And remind me to never talk to you as a therapist, C Square, if you call me a loser.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I think there was me frustrated because no matter what I said to him, he was like, "No, I'm done." I was like, "Well, if you're not going to care about it, I'm not going to care about it." That's
Yeah.
not being
Yeah.
fair. I'm not going to care about it more than you care about it. I mean, there's two times where I got to pump people up, but there's a point where I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
you're convinced, but it's awful that I mean, I think when I left, I was like, "I just said it to myself," but
Well, no, I think that's a normal reaction. It's not like I don't think you actually feel that way, but at that moment, I could see how you could be frustrated enough to feel that way.
I just see it all the time, and it's kind of a poison that people kind of buy into. So, I think I wanted to bring it up because I just want to encourage everybody out there just to keep 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 on keeping on, find the reason that you're you know um that you're overcoming stuff, and reach out to people, and um I don't know.
If if there is anyone thinking about suicide, just call 606-9213, and
Such a jerk.
it's a hotline.
That's the
And
time. Is that time and temperature?
My phone
no.
number, and now I have to jerk.
Oh man, our 5 listeners. Only people that's going to hear this is people
Probably
that are on the podcast.
probably know my phone number already.
Yeah, right. I'm
That's
sorry, I couldn't resist, bro.
funny. Honestly, don't call me. It is sad as a therapist. Sometimes, like I'll listen to a friend talk, but sometimes if it's like someone I don't know very well, I'm like, I don't really care about this. I can't do it. Like I get paid for this. But I mean, there is a compassion fatigue sometimes, and you have to learn to not buy into everybody's. Like, if I freak out about what you freak out, then we're both freaked out. So it doesn't. I can't be like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world.
I feel like if I were to be a counselor, then I would, because I put myself so much into other people's emotions that it wouldn't be possible for me to do it. Like, and I feel like you almost have to be disconnected a little bit or something to get into that profession.
I mean, after a while, you just see that's their problem, not mine. You know,
Mhm.
I can't. It's their issue. And honestly, the real truth is I can't do anything about it.
Let me ask you this, C Square. What would you tell Aaron Rodgers right now with what he's going through?
Mr. Rogers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he needs to be resilient with his the stem cells they are now pumping into his leg. Probably in a hyperbaric chamber right now.
Well,
He'll be fine like 2 weeks from now.
think about it, man. I know, right? But I think psychologically, like if you are especially a pro athlete, I can't imagine like the pressures they feel. And I bet there's some good counselors that make a lot of money who counsel pro athletes.
Oh yeah, for sure. They have their own psychologist on staff. They have their own counselors on staff. All that stuff.
Because
there's sports psychologists.
yes. Yeah, I would assume like someone like Aaron Rodgers, who was, New York Jets were just so, I mean, the team was stoked, the fans were stoked, they were ready for the season. And then the third play of the game, he tears his Achilles tendon and he's out for the season. And they just get, $75 million contract for 2 years. And now he's out for the season. It's just psychologically someone like that. I don't know how someone would attribute counseling to someone like that, but I was just kind of making the side story there.
He's a guy that will be fine. Like he's already a winner.
True.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
I mean, he's already a winner. I mean, if you're a quarterback, you've been beat up so many times. I'm sure he'll be.
And he's already won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you're right, man. I don't feel sorry for him anymore.
He's fine.
He's such a loser.
I can't. How about this? Don't be a loser. Like be a winner. Choose yourself. Choose to be awesome. Choose to.
And it sounds like Tim Tebow, man. You sound like Tim Tebow right now. Take a knee, man.
Sound like Andrew Tate.
If Andrew Tate and Tim Tebow had a baby, it would be C Square.
Believe in Jesus and don't be a loser. Andrew Tate's an idiot.
Oh my god.
Okay. That said, we still love both Tebow and Andrew Tate. You're humans. That said, love or no love, it's your choice. Thank you for listening to the Invisible Wires podcast. You can email us at invisiblewirespodcast@gmail.com. You can interface with us on Instagram at invisible_wires. We appreciate you listening, and we hope you have a great week.